welcome to the Adelaide Cottage podcast about knitting, sewing, hand-dyeing yarn, general craftiness. My name is Shauna, and I'm greeting you from Buffalo, New York. It's a rainy, dreary day today, and this is an exciting episode because the last time I filmed a podcast, I was getting ready to go to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival in Rhinebeck, New York, and since then I have gone, and I also went to the Indie Untangled event, which is the night before the Sheep Festival, and there's a lot of indie yarn dyers, and I got some really, really nice things. So I'm excited to share that with you. I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm expecting a few interruptions today. On my last episode, I mentioned that my craft room is finished. I'm sitting in here now, and we decided, actually we didn't decide, it just kind of fell on our laps that we are moving. We were not looking to buy a house. We built this home 3 years ago, and it's in a homeowners association in a very nice neighborhood, and we love our neighbors and everything, but there was one thing missing. We didn't have a lot of land. We have, I think it's on 0.29 acres right now, and we wanted more space, and so we found a home that's right around the corner outside of the housing development, and it's the same size. It's a new house, and it's on 2.5 acres. And the neighbor next door has 8 acres and we are friends. So we're really excited about it. The little boy that will be living next door to us goes to school with Aiden, my oldest, who's 8. And it's really exciting. So it happened very quickly over the last few days. We decided to sell our house, buy the other house, and, get this ready for showings. And so our home was listed last night on all the realty websites, and we're getting phone calls today for showings. So my phone may ring. I also have my toddler at home with me, and my husband is working, so he might run in and out of here. So yeah, I'm going to try to get through this. I didn't want to go any longer without podcasting because who knows what the next few days will bring us. It's just been crazy. So I have a lot to cover. I want to share with you what I found at Rhinebeck. I kind of jotted everything down because I didn't want to miss anything. So first, I wanted to share with you Andre Sue Knits, Andy, and I did a really sweet swap with each other. I really wanted to purchase one of her sock blanks. Now, many of you know I'm not a big sock knitter right now, yet. I've tried a couple times and failed. I'm okay to admit that, but it's still something that I want to start doing more of and get good at it so that I have my own formula to make my socks look wonderful, and I don't knit socks that don't fit anymore. So I sent her some yarn and a few other goodies, and then she sent me this beautiful, super cute sock blank with the little fox and the bunny. How cute is that, you guys? I don't know if you can catch the color with the lighting in here, but it's a really pretty muted green. Just really sweet. And then she sent some other goodies. One of them is Color Rings by Ellie. She's on Etsy. And this little row counter that you can put on your finger. How clever is that? I thought it was really cute. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about Rhinebeck a little bit in just a second, but first I want to tell you about the knit-alongs that we have going on right now. Very quickly, we have Stitching for a Cause. The information is in my Ravelry group. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Adelaide Cottage. I forgot to mention that. The group on Ravelry is also called Adelade Cottage, and there are threads with our knit-alongs. So we have Stitching for a Cause. The idea is to knit something in the Cancer Awareness ribbon color for the person that you know who has that type of cancer or had that cancer. So the information is there. It's a really, really special knit-along. I encourage you to go and check it out. It goes through the end of December, and there's some really lovely prizes, which I showed on the previous episode. We're also doing a sewing/quilt-along, which I'm co-hosting with Sarah of the Love Sockwool podcast, as well as Isabel of the Fluffy Fibers podcast, and we each have our own quilt-along threads in our Ravelry groups. So in the show notes, I'm going to try to remember to link their Ravelry group. I encourage you to join their groups as well. They are amazing, amazing people and knitters and quilters and all of that. So it's really fun. People are making quilts, mug rugs, pillows, all kinds of things. So it's really exciting. Okay, so Rhinebeck. We, as in myself, my cousin Dana, who is Create Assemblage on Instagram, Tara of Spin Monkeys. She's Spin Monkeys on Instagram and Etsy as well, where she sells hand-dyed yarn and fibers, as well as Rachel, who is Rachel Fending on Instagram. So we all rented a house about 20 minutes from the festival, and it was a really lovely weekend. We went Friday through Sunday. Friday evening was the Indie Untangled event that was held at a local hotel, and there I met Kristen of Woolen Vine, which was super exciting for me, and really lovely, lovely indie dyers there. So when you buy your ticket, there's an option to get a VIP pass so that you get in a little bit earlier than the public, and you pay for the ticket, and then you get this really nice canvas tote, which I used to carry all my Rhinebeck haul in. And inside of the tote was all kinds of extra goodies: wool wash, stitch markers. We got a little mini skein of yarn, some stitch markers. There's the wool wash. Got a little cute yarn paper clip. Gauge checker row counter. And a lot of coupons. And this was a coupon off the Pom Pom Take Heart magazine. So those were some fun little goodies to get. So basically when you walk in, there are all kinds of booths with vendors. And you just walk around and see all the yarn and touch all the yarn, and it's wonderful. So what did I buy there, you ask? I bought, let's see, this skein of beautiful yarn, in my opinion. It's from Skeiny Dipping, hand-dyed yarns and fiber. In this color, I just can't get over it. It's such a beautiful red with some hints of orange and brown in it. Not even orange, it's like a copper color. So pretty for winter and fall, I think. So they are Skeiny Dipping on Instagram and Twitter as well. And that's how you spell it. This is 100% superwash merino, single ply. You get 475 yards. The colorway is called Rhinebeck Deja Vu, Rhinebeck 2015 Deja Vu. So very, very pretty. Let's see, I also got this skein of yarn that's called Sexy on the Beach from Color Pearl. And this is their Finnegan tweed base. So it's a really pretty beige color. There's some peach in there. I'm sorry, it's hard to see with this gloomy weather. This is 85% Donegal tweed, BFL, superwash BFL, and 15% Donegal tweed. 438 yards. Sock weight. And then I went to Vine and took pictures with Kristen, which was fun. I've watched her podcast for a very long time, and she's one of my favorite indie dyers. I think that she is so talented at what she does, and her colors are just me completely. I think we have the same love for mauves and those types of colors. So I got her Tega on the Wolk base, Volga. I always read it and pronounce it wrong. The Volga base, which is 80-10-10, superwash merino cashmere nylon. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this. She used this in her exploration station shawl, and I loved it, and I knew I had to have it. And then I also got a skein of Mexican hot chocolate on her Volga base. Do you guys see that I was really loving the reds and beiges? But how pretty is this? My sister-in-law really wanted a red shawl, so I'm going to pick one of these red skeins to make her something. I was tempted to go overboard at her booth because it's really difficult to get things on her updates because she's only one person and so many people love her yarn. But I had a budget, and I knew that Rhinebeck was coming up the next day and the day after, so I had to kind of reserve my funds, unfortunately. But I could have seriously purchased every colorway that she had to offer. Love them all. Love you, Kristen, if you're watching. And then we went out for a really nice dinner, the girls and I, at a local restaurant. Forgot what it's called. It got good reviews on Yelp, so we had it over there. And the food was great, and we sat outside, and it was a beautiful evening. The sun was setting. It was perfect. We went back to the house. We did some knitting. Oh my gosh, I forgot to bring it over here. My Rhinebeck sweater is finished, and I forgot to bring it over here. I'm going to have to pause and go get it. Because I knit on that, as you remember from the last episode, I was pretty far away from finishing it. And I knit on it until 1:30 in the morning before Rhinebeck Day. It was so crazy. And I was falling asleep when I was binding off of the ribbing. I was nodding off, and I ended up binding off way too tightly. And so it's not fitting properly. I did wear it to Rhinebeck, but I'll show you in just a second. It brings the whole front upward. So I'm going to have to rip out the bind off and bind off again. One of my friends, was it Tara Spin Monkeys that recommended? Or Rachel, I don't remember. One of them recommended to add a yarn over, like every other row or so, just to give it that extra drape at the bind off. So hold on one second, and I am going to grab it to show you because that's way too important not to show on the podcast. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, so here it is. This was knit in Madeline Tosh Merino Light in the Opaline colorway. And I have it done. And it's hard to see. Oh, you have to excuse me. You have to see. So here is the bottom of it in the back. And can you see how the front collar ribbing pulls up a lot higher than the back. It's just that my bind off is way too tight, like you can't even stretch it. So that's what I get for falling asleep while I was knitting and waiting till the last minute to finish it. But I love it nonetheless. I think it's definitely a garment that I will get a lot of use out of. I made the sleeves extra long so that I can roll them up. I can roll the cuff. And it's going to match with a lot. It will match with brown, gray, black. Definitely a versatile garment. So super exciting. I posted a picture on Instagram of me blocking it by the fire the night before Rhinebeck because I was so determined to get it done. Dory, hi. You want to say hi? What is that? Here's Dory. So yeah, I finished that, and then we headed off to Rhinebeck the next morning, that Saturday, and it was everything I expected and more. The podcasters meetup was fantastic. That was Saturday at 1 o'clock on the big hill, which took me a while to find because I saw a few hills. But it was so wonderful. I was feeling a bit nervous about going just because I felt like I wouldn't recognize somebody's Instagram or Ravelry name and feel awful about it, but I recognized everybody that I saw. And it was so fun to see the podcasters that I watch and love and the viewers that I've interacted with on all the social media networks. We took pictures together and just, it was fantastic. I met, who did I meet? I met Eric of Sticks and Twine. I met the Periscoping Sisters, which was super fun. Chelsea and Sue of Legacy Knits. Kristen of Volenvine again. Oh my gosh, so many. But I think I posted a lot of pictures on Instagram. So if you're on there, go take a look. I have pictures of Peanut is trying to eat my Volenvine yarn. That is a no-no. No, Peanut. These kitty cats and yarn. I don't blame you, though. But you can't eat it. Okay. So yes, it was a wonderful, wonderful day. Saturday we spent the day shopping. I have to admit it was overwhelming. Saturday, for me at least, it was very, very crowded. It was kind of hard to get into the booths, some booths, the more popular ones. But it was so inspiring. I came home and wanted to do all things fiber related. I wanted to knit all the things. I wanted to crochet. I wanted to weave. I wanted to pull out my spinning wheel. Gosh, it's amazing. It's really amazing. See, here goes Evan. Mama, where are you? Because he can't go 2 seconds without seeing me. What, buddy? Sorry, I warned you. You're silly. You guys are going to laugh at me. So I mentioned our new house has, I know I'm switching subjects a lot. Our new house has a lot more land than we have now. And I got these from the library and my husband was laughing at me. Sorry, I'm crazy. We haven't even sold our house yet. And I'm thinking about raising rabbits and chickens and sheep. It's just how I am. When I want to do something, I run with it and I make it happen. I feel like I'm going to live my ultimate little house on the prairie life in this new house. I feel like it's our forever home. That's the feeling I got when we walked in there for the first time. It came at just the right time, the opportunity, and I'm super excited about it. So, yay! So now I'll show you what I got at Rhinebeck. I bought a few things on Saturday, but like I said, it was kind of overwhelming. I wanted to kind of take what I saw that day, bring it back to the house, and kind of look at my Ravelry queue and figure out what I wanted to knit with these beautiful skeins of yarn. So I ended up getting Miss Babs, which that booth is out of control. It was so popular. There were lines out the door to pay for your yarn. It was so hard to get into, and she had a huge booth. Like, it's nothing that she did wrong at all. She just has beautiful yarn, beautiful hand-dyed yarn. But it's very difficult to maneuver around in there. But I did come out with two beautiful, ginormous, yowza skeins of yarn. That's what they're called, yowzas. This one is, so when I was there, I think it was Saturday morning, we went for apple cider donuts, which are the Rhinebeck donut. Everybody said don't go home without trying them, and they are amazing. Completely worth the wait, the weight in the line, and some coffee. So we were sitting there, and there was this little boy running around with his dad, kind of off to the side, and he had on a gorgeous little boy's hand knit sweater, and it looked to me like the flax sweater by Tin Can Knits. And I really wanted to make my boys sweaters. They don't have anything hand knit for me other than hats. Hey, sweetie, you can play with that.
What is this?
Those are for knitting. Okay?
What is this?
It's for knitting too. And so I looked up the yardage and went to Miss Babs and found this beautiful skein of yarn. It's light worsted. It's the ammo. Hey, bud. Can you do that in the other room, honey, so they can hear Mama talk? Please? Thank you. It's the ammo colorway. I wanted something, again, like my featherweight cardigan, that they can wear with a lot of things. So this is sort of like a teal green, a tonal teal green, but it looks like it's over-dyed in gray. So it's really, really pretty.
Mama,
I think it's perfect for him. What, babes?
I bumped my head on your knitting thing.
On my knitting thing on the desk?
Yeah.
You want me to give it a kiss?
I think.
Mwah. Is it all better?
No, Mama, I want to see you on the pad.
You want to say hi really quick?
No, Mama.
What?
Mama, I want you to sleep.
You want to see me kiss you? Okay, ready? Mwah.
Okay.
Am I your princess?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is
Good job, baby. It's for knitting. So that's what I'm going to do with that one. And then I got this because I love the color, mauve again. Look at this tonal. Ah, love it. So this is also Yowza, and I forgot to give you the details about the actual fiber. 100% superwash merino wool, and it's 560 yards. So you can definitely knit a little boy's sweater or little girl's sweater. Definitely have enough for a shawl and have extra. So love this. It's a non-repeatable colorway, but it's called Tunnel of Love. So those are Miss Babs. And then I really wanted some woolly fiber, if you will. I wanted something really sheepy and kind of scratchy, just to knit with it and see what it's like. I think I'll make a hat out of this for myself. But I found this at the Hudson Valley Sheep and Wool Company booth. And it's Shetland wool, 155 yards, and it's just a natural color. It's beautiful. So that will be a hat. Of course, I can't walk out of any place without fabric. who goes to a yarn, wool festival and buys fabric? Shauna does. So you'll see some future project bags with this cute cheapy fabric. And then I wanted to knit an Ohm shawl. O Wool was there, and they had some samples of shawls and things. So I saw the Ohm shawl, and although I'm not crazy about geometric patterns, this one spoke to me. And the girls I went with were talking about knitting one as well. So when we were at O Wool, I figured, you know what? Let me splurge on the yarn now, otherwise I'm not going to be able to do it. And I looked at the pattern and picked my own muted tones, because I prefer not to have bright colors in my garments. So I picked this color for the main body. I meant to print the pattern so I can show you a picture. I apologize, I didn't do it. But if you go on Ravelry or probably Instagram and just search for Ohm shawl, O-M, it's kind of like a multi-purpose. It looks like a rectangular blanket, and then you put buttons down the sides and you can wear it in so many different ways. You can wear it as a poncho, as a blanket, as a shawl, as a scarf. It's just, there's so many different ways that you can wear it, and I thought it was super cute and cozy, especially for camping. So I picked this by O Wool. There's their tag. It's the Fringe Tree colorway, and this is the local base. So this is, I love the local base. Can you see how organic that looks? I can't explain it in any other word. This is, it is organic. It's 50% certified organic merino, 50% alpaca from farms in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and you get 240 yards per skein. I found out after Rhinebeck that the owner of O Wool grew up just minutes from where I live. So that's super cool. I wish I would have known that ahead of time, because I would have talked to her about it, but that was cool to find out. So I got 3 of those, because this shawl takes quite a bit of yardage. And then the accent colors will be these. Let's see if I can get that tag out of the way. So it's kind of like a gray, a plum purple, and then a mauve. So this colorway is called Wild Geranium. Very pretty. This purple is called Purple Loosestrife. And the gray is called Gray Birch. So those will be in the works eventually. Let's see. I will show you projects that I'm working on. When we went to Rhinebeck, I wanted to make the girls that I went with a little gift, a partying gift. So I put together these sheepy bags, because what says New York Sheep and Wool Festival more than sheep fabric, right? So I made one of these for each of them, and then one for myself. And I put little trim at the contrasting seam all around it, and then a white and gray zipper, or silver. And this was my dud. Whenever I have a dud bag, or a bag that didn't turn out well, I keep it for myself. So here are the normal sheep. Here are the drunk sheep. And then I found this cute little pin at Rhinebeck that says housework is for women or people who don't knit. So I just had to get that. And then a pin from Sue and Chelsea of Legacy Fiber Arts. So when I finished my Rhinebeck sweater, I moved on to my Aisling shawl. And this is, oh, I wanted to show you too, the inside is this knitted print fabric. This is from the Downton Abbey fabric line. And then I included some mini skeins, a coffee mug, a coaster, some sheepy socks, and a few other things. So the Aisling shawl is being knit out of I Am No Bird colorway by Vine Yarns in her Blitz base. So there's a silver stellina. And the project, or progress keeper, is where I was the last time I talked to you. So this is what it's looking like. And then the contrasting stripes along here are Adelade Cottage yarns in the light roast colorway. But I love the way it's knitting up. I think it's going to be so pretty for the winter months. And then I had my loose ends just kind of hanging there, and they have always made me nervous doing that. I was afraid they were going to unravel, but then I watched a video of Stephen West, and he said that he knots. He puts them all in a knot until he's done knitting the garment, and then he weaves in the ends then. But the knot comes out easily, and you don't have to worry about them untangling. So I'm knitting this on US size 4 Chaigu needle. It's a fixed circular on a 40-inch cable. And then I also wanted to cast on a hat for one of my brother-in-laws, because I promised him one. And when I saw the little boy with the cute sweater, his dad had on a really cute hat. And my cousin Dana told me what hat it was because she's awesome like that. And it was the Winch Chief hat by Stephen West of West Knits. And this is what it looks like. I don't want to show too much of it, but there's the pattern picture. I just love the detail on the side of it, how it swoops around like that. And I wanted to knit it for him out of yarn that I dyed because I thought it would be more special that way. And so I'm knitting it with, and I literally just cast this on just a few days ago. And I'm using DPNs, which you all know I'm not a huge fan of, but I tried magic looping it and I ripped it out like 3 times because I just felt like I couldn't get the right size cord to make it work, and the pattern calls for DPNs, so I'm like, maybe there's just something to do with the pattern and I just need to use DPN. So I'm using Adelade Cottage yarns in the Rocky Mountain colorway. I thought it would be nice for him. He's an attorney and wears lots of suits to work. So I thought it would be a nice color that will go with his black suits, his navy blue suits, and his brown suits. So it's got lots of shades of brown. There's gray, taupe, and cream. And you could see a little bit of blue pop in here and there. So that's what I'm knitting him, and this is what I have so far. It's nothing really to look at. What, buddy? But these are just Susan Bates DPNs. I do not have large sizes of DPNs. What, babe? It's for knitting, honey, to count my rows. Let's see. So it calls for worsted weight yarn, and I'm using fingering weight, and so I'm knitting the large size. So I started with more stitches. And ultimately I'll get a tighter gauge because I went down a couple needle sizes. So I just had to go to, I have I have Knit Picks DPN, wooden DPNs, and oh my gosh, why can't I think of my brain is like gone. Carbons. Sorry guys. I have Carbons DPNs, but a whole set of them, but they're all small sizes. And see what size these are. You need to use 2 different sizes for this pattern. And these are a US 5, I believe. So, yeah, coming along. So that's all of my whips, knitting-wise. But Tara of Spin Monkeys, when we were there, also had a partying gift. And she gifted all of us women a package of these beautiful minis, which look like they'd be big enough for heels and toes on socks. So, and all the colors of the rainbow plus some. She is such a sweetheart. And then some stitch markers. So very, very pretty. They're all tonal and beautiful. So definitely visit her shop. Again, it's Spin Monkeys on Etsy. And her name is Tara. And I purchased a Lolo bar while I was at the festival. Oh, it smells like honey and almond. Love it. Perfect for a project bag. I love almond scented anything. I think that's my favorite scent. Okay. So what did I do when I got home? I cast on the hat. I want to cast on all the other things, but I'm stopping myself. However, I did weave a little bit with my little loom. And this is what I have so far. So I just took my yarn scraps and like my acrylic yarns and stuff that I know I'm probably never going to knit with again, and some spinning fiber, and just weaved a little bit. It was a lot of fun. If any of you are interested in weaving, I found a free, I think it's like a 4 or 5 part class, but each episode is very short, on Creative Bug. And I found it on YouTube, so I'm not really sure how that linked together, but if you search weaving tutorial or lap loom, this is a lap loom weaving tutorial, it will pop up. It's a Creative Bug free class, so it's very relaxing, and you can kind of express yourself with color and design very easily. You just kind of do what you want to do. So there's no pattern to follow. You just have fun with it and go. So I did that. I pulled out my spinning wheel and spun a little bit. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at it each time, but it takes so much practice, I think, to get good at that. Making sure that your hand spun is uniform. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what else? Rhinebeck, Indie Untangled. Okay, I have some kits to show you. Oh, wait, hold on. I did cross-stitching when I got home. So I'm doing Little House Needleworks Little Sheep Virtues. It's a set of 12 of these little virtues. There's love, hope, peace, friendship, kindness, all that. Each one has a virtue on it with the little sheep. And I'm on number 2, which is love. And so I started that. And I bought this cute little needle minder to hold my needle from A Needle Runs Through It on Etsy. So super fun. Another relaxing craft. I did this while I was watching Gilmore Girls, which my friend Emily, who is just Edible on Instagram, has gotten me addicted to that show. So thanks, Emily. Also, speaking of Gilmore Girls, I have really exciting kits that are going to be offered in my Etsy shop very soon. But I have high tea kits to show you. So we are, like I said, doing a sewing / quilt-along. And we were encouraging people to go with the high tea look. So the high tea look is a fabric line. The high tea fabric line is designed by Jara Brandvig of Lecien, is that how you say that? Lecien Fabrics. So kind of going for this shabby look, but in the end, we're welcoming anybody with any fabric just to have fun and sew or quilt. So go ahead and join us. But I was like, oh, with the fabric, I'll make some really fun project bags and dye yarn to match it and offer some really cool progress keepers. So I designed these using the Quilt As You Go method, which is a book by, again, Jara Brandvig. So they're patchworked and quilted. And to cut all of the pieces, I used my AccuQuilt Go. And I added some really cute old vintage lace to the top here. And then the inside just has a neutral colored lining. And then I also am offering these little patchwork tumblers. Again, a different trim. And so when you go to my shop, you'll see they're pre-orders, so they still have to be sewn together. These are just kind of samples. It's a pre-order, and you'll get a unique bag. You can choose from either these large wedges or the small tumblers upon checkout. These are just a few dollars more because it involves a lot more cutting and sewing and ironing of seams, than this one does. So you pick your pattern, and then you also get a unique skein of yarn that matches kind of the same colors, but each skein will be different. So you might see some speckles of red or speckles of a light pale yellow. And then you'll also get a beautiful handmade progress keeper by Joanna, who is the Gnome Knitter on Etsy and Instagram. She designed these cute little teacups just for this set. So adorable. So as you can see in the fabric, there are little strawberries and teacups and flowers. And we kind of came up with this design together to offer you. But it's a beautiful little teacup and saucer with strawberry tea in it and a little slice of strawberry inside. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? So these are offered in the shop right now. There are a limited amount available, so if you're thinking about it, I would say hop on and get them while you can. And then, like I said, there will be Gilmore Girls kits coming very soon too, which are going to be super fun because there's a reunion show starting at the end of November. So I thought it would be really cool to offer some kits to be able to sit down and knit and watch their new episodes. Hey, buddy. I think that's it. Let me just double check. Yes, it is. So that is all, folks. I have to get cleaning and packing and decluttering for open houses. And you're so cute, Evan. I'm biased, aren't I? I didn't want to go any longer without podcasting because, like I said, Mama, I didn't know if
Mama,
I'd be able to again until we move. What, baby?
I piano up bed.
Yep, in a couple minutes, okay?
I go in schoolhouse.
Not today.
Okay.
All right, so you guys enjoy the next couple of weeks until I talk to you again. Hold on one second, okay?
I want to see
You want to see me talk? Okay. Enjoy the next couple of weeks until I talk to you again, and join the Ravelry group. And I'm excited to chat with you about the episode. And that's it, folks. So happy stitching, happy knitting, happy craftiness. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon.